Okay, I think we're ready. All right, so please find a comfortable seat. We'll take a moment just to arrive here all together. All right, give you guys a moment. Sit up onto something. I've got a block on my mat, which I'll might be using a little bit later. If you don't have anything, it's totally no problem. All right, close your eyes and just take a couple of moments just to kind of land. Can certainly feel that my own energy is a little kind of scattered all over the room today. So if you can resonate with that, if you feel like there's parts of you that might not quite be here yet, take a moment and you might almost visualize your body like a magnet and gravitating towards that magnet is each scattered particle of your attention. Each floating thought from the past or projections of the future, ever so slowly begin to make their way back home. And our home together this evening is the present moment. To let the moment that we're in be where we are. And let your attention rest on breathing. Notice how the breath is only ever here and now. So if you're still kind of magnetizing those scattered particles back, let the breath emphasize the place in which you are. And then all together, we'll go in and out of the nose. Take a deep and kind of long breath in. And then out the nose, breathe out. In through the nose, slow and steady. Out through the nose, the whole body. In through the nose, filling up the belly. Out through the nose, as if you could breathe into the earth. 2 more like that, filling up. Breathing down into the earth. Final round. Okay, really nice, guys. When you're ready, bring the hands into touch at the heart. Eyes can be open or closed. Just a little bow forward just to acknowledge those of us who are here today in this virtual house, this home that we will cultivate together for the next 60 minutes. All right, namaste. When you're ready, we will press play on the music and we're going to meet laying on the back on the mat. And as you lay onto your back, hug the knees into your chest. Press play on my music too. Sorry? Yeah, the lights are going to help with it. Okay. Laying down on the back, hugging the knees in towards your chest. I can see a few of you still sorting out logistics, so I'll just give us a moment. As the knees hug into the chest, give them a little squeeze, and you might rock a little from side to side. Breathing in and out of the nose. And then release your left foot down onto the floor and slide the right knee over the top like you were sitting cross-legged at a table. And then if it feels manageable to hug the knees back into the chest, go for that. You might let your hands rest on top of your left kneecap. For some of you, this is plenty. If you have the space to go deeper, you might lift the shoulders for a moment, grab hold of each ankle with your hands, and then lay back down. Find a little squeeze of the knees towards one another as you draw the ankles towards your shoulders. And breathe. Let's take one more breath here together. Okay, when you're ready, releasing the grip of your ankles, reach both of your legs up towards the sky. Both hands find the back of the skull, and then lift the shoulders up and off the floor. Find a little flex at your ankles so the knees straighten a little, the heels are reaching up towards the sky, and then pull your tummy muscles down, lift the shoulders up a little bit higher. You got it. Right hand's going to reach towards your left pinky toe. Find a little squeeze at the top. And then release the right hand back down. Mindful abs. Left hand reaches for the right pinky toe. And then release. We're going to continue this movement, but nice and slow. Right hand, release. Left hand, release. Right hand, exaggerate the squeeze of the abs at the top. Release. Left hand. Release. Optional to take the feet slightly further forward. Keep moving. Right hand. So the legs are on almost like a 70-degree angle. Left hand. Keep breathing. Right hand. Left hand. One more each side. Really slowly. And hug the knees back into the chest. All right, take a breath in through the nose. This time out through the mouth. Release the right foot down to the floor, slide the left knee over the top. And then if manageable, you'll hug the knees back into the chest. Maybe the hands rest on top of your right kneecap. And then if there's space to do so, lift the shoulders, grab hold of one ankle in each hand, and then draw the feet in towards your body. Breathing here in and out of the nose. And just notice what energy you're bringing into the house. Into this home. This home of presence in which we share. One more breath. Great, guys. Release the ankles, hug the knees back into the chest. Take the hands to the backs of the knees. 3 rocks forward and back down the length of the spine. There's no hurry. And on the 3rd rock, you'll cross at the ankles, plant the hands down, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. And from your down dog, keep the knees soft, but the hands pressing away, and release the weight of your head so that the neck can have a nourishing release. And then we'll take a breath in through the nose. Out through the nose, soften your eyes. All right, lifting up through the right leg as you breathe in. And then step the foot through between the hands. I know it's pretty early on in the piece, but we're going to go for it here. Straighten through both of the legs, pyramid pose. If you need something underneath the hands, feel free to take whatever it is that you might have handy. And then listen carefully, just start to walk the hands over towards the right so that both hands are on the outside of your right leg. And then just kind of keep walking the body around, keeping the legs straight, and then relax the head down. If you're anything like me, you'll notice a pretty intense stretch along the outer seam of that right leg. Take a breath into the feeling and a breath down into the earth. Nice. Walk the hands back through the center and then all the way around, wide-legged forward fold to the left. Interlace the hands back behind you. Clasp the knuckles, roll the shoulders back, and then take the arms up and over your body. Feet are just about parallel. Take a breath in. Breath out moves down into the earth. One more like that. All right, release the hands down. Take a halfway lift, nice long spine here. And then walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Meet me in down dog, right foot meets left. Okay, straight into the second side. Left heel floats up towards the sky. And then knee draws in towards the nose. Step the foot through between the hands. It's okay if it's a little shorter this step. Straighten both of your legs, pyramid pose. Hands might even be resting on the shin, yeah? All right, and then start to walk the hands around to the outside edge of your left leg and then keep kind of creeping the hands around. Both legs stay straight here, but then release your head. Notice the way that the mind responds to feeling. Send anything that you don't need down into the earth. One more breath. Okay, walk the hands back through the center and then all the way around to the right, wide-legged forward folds. Let's go for the awkward interlace here. So the opposite thumb is going to slide on top. Roll the shoulders back first and then take the arm bones up and over. See if you could rock the weight just a little further into the heels here. Take a breath in and out. Be right where you are. One more breath. Amazing, guys. Release the arms, take a halfway lift, and then walk the hands back to the top of the mat. This time your right foot's going to step forwards, halfway lift, top of the mat. And then fold forward, empty your breath. All right, inhaling, let's come all the way up to the sky. Slide the hands into touch at the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms of your hands forwards as you tuck the chin towards the chest. Little soft bend in the knees, pull the navel back towards your spine and press the heels of the hands forwards. Keep the arms exactly as they are, but simply reach them up towards the sky. Knees will straighten a little here, and then you might just gently lift through the low belly to back bend. Release the clasp of the hands, forward fold. One round of Surya Namaskar A, halfway lift as you breathe in. As you breathe out, please meet me in plank pose. Body's in one strong line. Press the heels back, top of the head forward. Find an inhale breath. Chaturanga, knees are there if you need a little more support on this first round. Let's come all the way down onto the belly. Cobra Pose, squeeze the back line, point the toes back. Even the legs can engage a little here. And then release the chest down to the floor. One more like that with breath, lifting the chest. Let's meet back in downward facing dog. And take a breath in here together. Clear it out. Make your way back to the top of the mat. I'm going to gently walk my way there, but if there's another method, go for it. And then fold forwards. All right, inhaling back up to standing. Big breath. Hands to the heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms forwards, tuck the chin to the chest. Spread the shoulder blades away from one another here. Pull the belly back. Inhaling, reach the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Now we're going to take a little side bend over towards the right. Keep pressing into that left foot. Breathe. Coming up through the center and then over to the left. One more breath. And then back through the center. Listen carefully, chair pose, but hands are going to meet in at the heart. And then your left elbow is going to tap the outside of your right thigh. Coming back through the center, right elbow, left thigh. Coming back through the center, reach the arms, inhale breath. Folding forward as you breathe out. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee down, reach both of your arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. All right, rather than sort of lunging really deeply forward, I want you to pull back a little, find a suctioning of the legs together. Find a breath in. As you breathe out, listen carefully. Hands are going to slide to the heart as you straighten through your front leg, half Hanuman. If it's a little too much on the balance, feel free to bring the hands down to the floor. Yeah? Flex the right toes back towards the face. Find a breath in. Settle as you breathe out. Right, listen really carefully. Start to rebend into the front knee, interlace the fingers, press the palms forwards. Find that rounding of the upper back. And then inhaling, reach the arms towards the sky. Big breath. And then as you breathe out, bring the arms down by your sides. Keep the legs as they are. Option to stay here or option to pick up your left toes, point them towards the back of your space. If you have the capacity to reach back and catch the foot with one or both hands, go for that. And depending on where you are in the piece, you might lunge a little further forward. We'll pause here for 3, for 2, and 1. Gently release the foot. Tuck the back toes, crescent lunge, inhaling, strong legs, just one breath in. Release the hands down to the floor. And left foot steps forwards, halfway lift. Fold forward, empty your breath. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Left elbow taps right thigh. Hands to the heart. Right elbow, left thigh. Arms to the sky, chair pose. Fold forward, there's no rush. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee down, low lunge, arms to the sky. Pull back a little here, rise up out of the floor, find a breath. And then straighten through your front leg as you slide the hands into the heart, half splits. Find a flex at those left toes, breathing slowly. All right, as you rebend into the front knee, interlace the fingers, press the palms forward, chin to chest. Reach the arms to the sky, lift the sternum. And then bring the arms down by your sides. Option to stay here, this is perfectly fine. Otherwise, point the right toes back behind you. Maybe you catch the foot with one or both hands. And then maybe you lunge a little further forwards. Lift out of your hips here for 3, for 2, and 1. Gently release the foot. Tuck the back toes, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Release the hands down to the floor. Right foot steps forwards, halfway lift. Fold forward as you empty your breath. Straight to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale breath. Folding forward. Let's find just a little bit of rhythm now. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. Move to the breath, fold forward, breathe out. Left foot steps to the back of the mat. Low lunge, back knee drops down, just one breath to the top. Straighten through the leg, hands to the heart. Interlace the fingers as you rebend the front knee, press the palms. And then inhale, both arms reach to the sky. Release the arms down by your sides, straight into the tuck of the back toes, crescent lunge, arms circle up. Release the hands down to the floor. Here's the change, 3-legged dog, right leg's gonna float up and back. 1-legged plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Step the right foot down, chaturanga, elbows bent. And then into your back bend here, up dog, cobra, anything else. Might even be a cat-cow for today. Nice, Loza, beautiful. Downward facing dog, meet me there. Couple of deep breaths, slow it down. Tidying up the house. Fully inhabiting the home. Right leg floats to the sky. Knee to the nose. Step the foot through between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips, look forwards. Step forwards as you fold. Arms to the sky, inhaling, reaching up. Folding forward, empty breath. halfway lift. And fold. Right foot steps to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee down, low lunge. One breath to the top. Straighten through the front leg, hands to the heart. Seamless movement. Bend the knee, press the palms. Reaching to the sky. Releasing the hands down, tuck the back toes, crescent lunge, circling fingers to sky. Release the hands down to the earth. Three-legged dog, left leg flies. One-legged plank pose. Left foot meets right, chaturanga, elbows bend. And then your version of back bend. Remember guys, vinyasa is optional. Down dog, meet me there. 3 breaths, your pace. Be where you are. Firm through the hands. All right, left heel floats to the sky. Knee to the nose. Step through between your hands. Come up onto the fingertips, look forwards. Step forwards as you fold. All right, let's heel toe the feet out as wide as the mat. We're going to squat down into Malasana, yogi squat. Just do your best to get your hips down towards your heels. If you're a little bit higher, then that's okay too. Lengthen through the spine. We'll spend a couple of breaths here. Breathing all the way into the groins. See if you could find a little lift of the chest. All right, option to stay here in Malasana, great place to stay. If you want to fly today, then hands are going to come down, working into Bakasana, crow pose. Hands will be at shoulder distance apart. It's a slightly different entry point from Malasana, so if you want to bring the feet back a little closer together, go for it. Back of the knees or fronts of the knees to the backs of the arms. Maybe you float one foot, maybe the other foot. Holding here for 3, for 2. Meet me back in Malasana, feet come wide, hips sink down. Inhale, breath, straighten through the legs, reach the arms. Jump the feet into touch, hands to the heart. Nice guys, inhale, breath, reaching to the sky. Folding forward, moving mindfully, slowly. Enjoy the movement, halfway lift. As you fold, plant the hands, step or float back either through vinyasa or meet me in down dog. All right, from wherever you are, take a breath in. Empty the breath out. All right, right leg's going to float up towards the sky. This time we'll bend the knee and yawn the hip open. So stack the right half of your pelvis on top of the left. Rise right up onto the ball of that left foot. Lift the right knee a little higher. So guy, bend your knee more. Yeah. Press down through both of your hands. Find one more breath. And then draw that right knee in towards the nose. See this, just like your core work, tone up the tummy. And then step back to downward facing dog. Straight into the second side, left heel floats up to the sky. Bend the knee, yawn the hip open. Rise right up onto that ball of the right foot. Keep lifting through the left. Nice. And the knee draws right in towards the nose. Downward facing dog. All right, make your way back to the top of the mat. Step there, float there, walk there. And then we'll meet in the folds. All right, arms to the sky, come up to standing, big breath in. Hands will meet in at the heart. Bring the arms down by the sides, close your eyes. Take 3 breaths in mountain pose. Noticing if any scattered particles have left the building. Invite each part of yourself back home. The parts of yourself that are the most resistant. The parts of yourself that are most excitable. Let it all be here. unfolding in this space. And take a breath in. Breathing down into the earth. All right, nice guys. Blink the eyes open. Take the weight into your right foot. We're going to draw the left knee in towards the chest. Setting up for Rikshasana or tree pose here. So you're going to take the left foot to the inner seam of the right leg. It's okay if it's kind of a little lower down towards the ankle. Just kind of figure out what the hips are capable of here. And then once you've landed your balance, you'll reach the arms up towards the sky. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Take a deeper breath. And then again, a moment to breathe out into the earth. One more like this. See if you could spread the left knee out a little wider. All right, this time the left knee is going to draw in towards the chest. Take a breath. And then as you breathe out, warrior three, hands are going to meet in at the heart as the left heel kicks towards the back of the space. All right, if you're a little wobbly here and you need more support, please feel free to take the hands onto the floor. If you're moving with me, hands are going to stay in at the heart. I'm going to work with a little bit of internal and external rotation of that left leg. So focusing on the toes here, turning them out and then in, out and then in. Visualizing a sense of fluidity of the leg bone moving around the hip socket, even though it's quite a subtle movement. And we're just here for 5, for 4, exaggerate the in for 3, for 2, and 1. Listen carefully. Left foot steps to the back right corner of the mat. Pyramid pose. You're almost on a tightrope here. Legs are in one line. Take a halfway lift and then walk your hands over towards the right. And then you might find that you can come onto the blade edges of both of your feet and walk around a little further. Keep both of the knees super straight here and then relax the head down. Find a deep and steady breath. Breathe out into the earth if it's helpful. One more here. All right, nice guys. Walk the hands back towards the top of the mat, all the way around, wide-legged forward folds. Taking it into Skandasana into the left foot. So turn the left toes out, drop the hips down towards your left heel. Right toes are lifted. Just like Malasana, if you're up a little higher, that's okay too. Option to spread through the wings. Left hand might come down, right arm might reach up towards the sky. Reconnect with breathing. Let the breath tell you where you are. All right, release the right hand. Stay low to the ground if you can. Easy twist to the top of the mat. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches. Big breath. All right, listen carefully. It's a big transition here. I want you to start to float your left fingertips up off the floor. Drop the right hand down. Warrior two. Windmill your way there. Yes. So nice, you guys. Go deeper into the front knee. Back leg equally as strong. Flip the right palm. Reverse the shape. Amazing. Windmill your hands to the floor. Creative opportunity for vinyasa from here. So your right leg might fly and maybe there's a chin stand, a handstand, a scorpion, any other version of vinyasa. If it's feeling like it's a little much, then just rest in down dog. Amazing, guys. All right, in the next moment or so, you'll make your way back to the top of the mat. You might float there, you might walk there. Forward folds. All right, a little more familiarity with the sequence now. Arms to the sky, breathe it in. Hands to the heart. Right knee draws into the chest. Rikshasana, tree pose. Sole of the foot finds the inner seam of the left leg. Squeeze the glutes together, peeling the groins open, and then reach your arms to the sky. Breathing. Tidying the home. All right, right knee draws back into the chest, arms reach, big breath. Warrior three, hands to the heart, right leg shoots back. All right, Keep a nice bend in that standing leg. It should be a little easier, and then start to turn the toes in and out. In and out. Really important for the health of our hip joint that we have mobility both internally and externally of that leg. For 5. I know it's subtle. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Right toes land towards the left back corner of the mat, pyramid pose. Take a halfway lift. Walking the hands around to the left. Maybe you spin to the blade edges of your feet. Crosses quite high up the legs, relax the head. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Walking back through the center, all the way around to the right, wide-legged forward folds. And then Skandasana to the back of the mat. Just do your best here, guys. And then maybe you spread through the wings. One more breath. And staying nice and low to the ground. Easy twist, top of the mat. Nice, and then strengthen up the legs. Start to get a little lighter through the right hand so that you can spiral open. Warrior 2. Find breath. Flip the left palm, reverse the shape, go up and over. Windmill your hands back down to the floor. Your version of Vinyasa from here. Take it or leave it. Transition is yours. Meeting in the dog. All right, when you're ready, make your way back to the top of the mat. Step or float there. And folds. All right, arms to the sky. Big breath in. Hands to the heart. All together, collectively, take a breath. Out the mouth. All right, left knee draws in, arms to the sky. A little change here, we're going to move into figure 4. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh, hands are going to move into the heart. This is a really important piece of the puzzle before we move into the next section of the practice. So I want you to really tend to this moment mindfully. Feel the sensations along your outer left hip and then accentuate them. So you might sit the hips back a little, maybe the chest moves forwards. I like to apply just a little bit of pressure to my left knee. Keep that spine nice and long. Hips might move even further back for 3, for 2, and 1. Standing up, left knee draws in, arms to the sky. As you breathe out, aeroplane pose, so leg goes and the arms go back. Left foot steps to the back right corner of the mat, pyramid pose, hands to the earth. And then walk the hands around to the right. All right, listen carefully, guys. You're going to sit the hips down to the floor. Gomukhasana. I'm facing the wrong way, but my legs are in the shoelace pose. My knees are stacked on top of one another. Sit up tall. We're not here for long, but minimize the gap between your knees. Breathing deeply. Lengthen the spine. Breathe from the earth and into the earth. Beautiful. All right, if your eyes are closed, blink them open. Start to take the hands back towards the top of your mat. You're going to swivel around on the feet, wide-legged forward folds. We have 3 breaths here. If you're tripod headstanding this evening, go ahead. Head will come down, back of the neck stays long. I won't teach it today, but it's there for you who want to advance a little. If you're in stillness, don't let these moments go to waste. Use them to clean the inside, clarify attention. If you're in a headstand, make your way back down. We'll all meet in a halfway lift and then walk the hands back to the top of the mat. Left foot steps forwards and folds. All right, up to standing, inhale. Hands to the heart, let it out the mouth. Right knee draws into the chest, arms to the sky. Figure 4, right ankle crosses over left thigh, hands move back into the heart. So same shape, second side, same sentiment. Be really mindful. Notice the openness of your hips today. It will help inform you on the direction that we move in the next section of practice. Stick the hips back, maybe the chest moves forwards, and just notice, what are your limits here? Where do I lose the capacity to breathe deeply and evenly? Find the edge. One more breath. When you're ready, stand up, right knee draws in, arms to the sky. Airplane pose. Right foot steps to the back, left corner, pyramid. And then walk the hands around towards the left. So far so that eventually the hips sit down, the knees are stacking, and your ankles are wide. With me? Beautiful. If this is too much, you can always extend your bottom leg forward. Not here for long. Breathing. Use this as a moment to reclaim mindfulness. Aware of yourself, aware of other. One more breath. Okay. When you're ready, walk the hands back to the top of your mat. Press down into the feet. Swivel all the way around. Wide-legged forward fold. We'll all meet up there. This time straight into the halfway lift. And then fold. You might even use the hands to drag the body through the legs. Beautiful. All right, one more halfway lift. And then walk the hands back to the top of your mat. Right foot steps forwards. And fold. All right, let's come up to standing. Big breath. Hands to the heart. Okay. Final standing series, piecing it all together. Keep the hands at the heart, but draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then find the figure 4, crossing the ankle over the thigh, hips move back in space. Now, you know your limits better than anyone else, so this might be enough for you. You might work on deepening the breath here. If you have the capacity to bring the hands down to the floor, go for that. If your hands are on the floor and you're able to hook your left foot over your right upper arm, then maybe you start to take the weight into the hands and maybe your back leg floats. And then maybe it extends. Woo. All right. You guys are so small on the screen today, but work with what you got. We're holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Slide the left foot in front of the right one, cross-legged forward fold. Squeeze the legs together, halfway lift, out the mouth. All right, take the weight into your left foot, standing splits, right leg floats up to the sky. You might take a bind here, one or both hands might move around your standing ankle. If you have a solid handstand practice and you're floating today, go ahead, take 3 soft floats. And then when you're ready, connect the feet together onto the floor. And fold. All right, arms to the sky, reaching up. Hands to the heart, breathe out through your mouth. Keeping the hands at the heart, right knee draws into the chest. And then find your figure 4 from here. So I'm going to come a little closer to the screen now. Hips move back. I like to keep a little flex at that right ankle. Amazing. And then if you have the space to slide the hands to the floor, go for it. Yes, Steph, you got it. Steph times 3. All right. And then maybe you hook the right foot over the upper arm and maybe you take a moment of flight. Yeah, not easy, hey? You might even play just with distributing the weight through the hands. Holding here for 3. Go, Steph, you got it. For 2. Yes. And then when you're ready, the right foot will slide in front of the left one, cross-legged folds. Amazing, you guys. Beautiful wakes. You might take a halfway lift and then fold. If you need something for underneath your hands, then go ahead. You could rest your hands on the shins or something. Amazing. All right, standing splits. The left leg will float up to the sky. Is it the left leg? Yeah. As your left leg floats up and back, the hands could rest on the earth or they could wrap around your standing ankle. Yeah, Janelle, you've got it. Beautiful. Relax your head. There we go. If you're floating into handstand, it's there. For 3. For 2. And connect your feet onto the floor, forward folds. All right. And please meet me in downward facing dog. Step your way back. And then optional for a super slow-mo vinyasa. So if you're coming along, rolling forward, slower, 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 plank pose. Chaturanga, take your time. Up dog or cobra. And eventually we'll all meet in down dog. Child's pose. Drop the knees, hips to heels, and folds. Take your arms down by your sides, palms face up, head rest down. Couple of deep breaths. And then when you feel ready, we're going to make our way onto the belly, staying nice and low to the ground. We'll take it into, I think they call it broken wing. So taking your right arm out to the right with a bend in the elbow. So you'll be like this on the floor. Left hand comes underneath the shoulder and then rolling over the right side, picking up your left foot to step back behind you. You might need to play around with the placement of that right elbow. You should be feeling sensation along the front of your right chest. And then for those of you who are feeling so inclined, you might take a half bind here, wrapping your left arm around your low back. And then maybe if you would like to add on, you could catch hold of your left foot with your left hand and find a bow pose. Kicking the foot into the hand. One more breath. And then very gently releasing, rolling onto the belly, moving straight into the second side, the left elbow in line with the shoulder, picking up the right foot, roll over. You might like to close your eyes. Maybe there's a half bind. Maybe you catch hold of your right foot with your right hand. And then gently, wherever you are, release. Come back onto your belly. Stack both of your palms on top of one another, crocodile pose, forehead to palms. Might give the hips a little shake from side to side. And then keeping your head really low to the ground, just simply flip onto your back. And then just like when we started, hug the knees into your chest. We'll take it into a reclined twist from here. So you could drop both of your legs over to the left. If you like to extend your bottom leg forward first, then go for that. If you prefer twisted roots, you might like to tangle your legs on top of one another. Yeah, nice. Maybe your arms spread out wide. And at this point, let your eyes be really soft, if not closed. And become most acquainted with this moment. The breath harnessing you to the center of it all. Letting your entire body be aware of this home. Feeling comfortable in the space of presence. And then without opening your eyes, transition into the second side. And feel your way through the transition. Each part of you here in the space, held by the space. And then again, keeping the eyes closed, come back through the center and squeeze the knees into the chest. And give yourself a firmer squeeze. You might even kind of draw the head up towards the knees and hold yourself nice and tightly. And then if there's something that you need before Shavasana, like a happy baby or some kind of inversion, then you've got about a minute to explore that, to finish in the way that you feel most necessary. But if you're ready for Shavasana, then go there. Take your legs long, spread your arms wide, cover your eyes if you'd like. Resting here for the next few moments. You know how sometimes when you know that you have to tidy up your house and kind of avoid it because you know that it might not be that enjoyable. It might require a little bit of effort or a little bit of work. But you start and you tidy, and there are maybe some hiccups along the way, like like you put the sheets in the wash and then maybe there's no room on the drying rack, and these little frustrations that kind of trip us up and sometimes even put us off doing it the next time. But once it's all done and everything's fresh and clean and everything looks vibrant, and like that feeling when you climb into crisp, fresh bed sheets and it's like, so glad that I did that. I'm so glad that I spent the time tending to my home. And it's kind of like this moment. Like you're kind of in the crisp bed sheets. And you might like to stay here and just kind of relish in that feeling for a little longer. But if you know that there's other things that you need to tend to, then you might start to move and awaken your body and your breath and arrive slowly back into the communal home, this space we have together. And if you would like to close your practice in a seat with me, then you'll take all the time you need to come up to seated. You're more than welcome to stay on your back. And you might bring the hands in to touch at the heart. And in doing that, could you kind of touch into your own heart, this tender feeling in the chest, your true home. And let's take a deep and slow breath in. Let it out the mouth. Bowing forward. In honor of your home, my home, our home. Namaste.